Hello everyone, Neil for T-Shares here, coming at you with another video for TETRA, where we automate your DeFi. Thanks for coming to my channel. If you would, please like, share, and subscribe. And today we're going to take a look at Sparkswap and DexFinance, and the new vaults and auto compounding that DexFinance has to offer. So without further ado, let's take a look at that now, shall we? Okay, so you can head on over to sparkswap.xyz and go to the front page, Sparkswap, where they have their platform here and the UI. And what Sparkswap has on this initial UI is a farm and staking platform, but Sparkswap is also a DEX as well. So here on the side, you can have different options where you can trade your tokens, you can add liquidity, and you can bridge from the Binance network, BSC, as well as Arbitrum to Pulse. They have a farm tab, which lists a bunch of farms that emit the Spark token as yield with different APRs. They have the Sparkler tool, which allows you to deposit Spark and receive Spark Pulse LP. And then they have the vaults, which is where we're going to concentrate on. This leads us to DexFinance. This is what I want to talk about now. Now, here on DexFinance, you have several things to look at on their UI. So as you can see, there's different chains that they offer their services on. And you have different things like vaults, ETFs, trade, DAOs, GDEX, and USDX. So what I really want to look at this video is the vault structure and how it works, because that's what I'm interested in as for automation. But there may be future videos in the future to discuss these further strategies with these different tools that they have available. So we are going to be on the Pulse network and look at things related to Pulse here. So as you can see, you can sort the vaults by different means. If you have vaults already, you can have all vaults or your vaults. I don't have any listed here with this wallet or anything connected. But you can go by ascending and descending things. Like you can choose, you want to search by APY, TVL, daily, profit, risk level, popularity, and investment amount. Okay, so let's say we'll go APY on this one. And so it'll list the highest APY available per vault. Okay, and let's say we also want to look at it by, let's say, profit. All right, so we're going to look at this first, and then we'll go into profit in just a second. So the APYs listed here are, and tell you what kind of pairs are in the vault. In this case, in this particular pair, it's Pulse DAI, and the APY associated with it, and how much daily APY it is, and then total value locked. In this case, it's in this particular vault is only $4,300, but this is a 100% compound vault, meaning 100% of the available harvest rewards are compounded back into the vault farms. So this is a Pulse DAI pair that exists on PulseX, and what it does is takes the incentive token that you get from the emission and buys back into the pair, increasing your LP size, thus your overall bag count, which in turn makes your APY go up more than you can get natively on the PulseX pair farms on PulseX. Hence the reason it can offer higher APYs, because it's auto compounding. That's a secret sauce in how this works. This is what makes you fire and forget. You can fire and forget. If you're trying to accumulate both these tokens, you just go here. It'll automatically do it if you want to have a long-term strategy. Whereas if you go over here, this Pulse DAI pair, same token, but it takes profit. And it takes profit in a PETF, which is tokens that are associated together in the ETF that allow you to then take those and leave with profit of, in this case, 26%. So you can see out here the APR is less than the first one because you're taking 25% of the profit out, and 75% is going back in auto compounding. And so this is kind of how Sparkswap works in things. And you can see, if you look down, there's different pairs that are available. You have SDAI and Spark, you have Pulse DAI, more Pulse DAI. You have, let's see if they got any down here. You got PulseX, USDC, Pulse and DAI here. You get some, let's see here. You can search too. You can come up here and search by incentive token. And there's one here with incentive token in it, pair. There's one here also. So you can do different searches and get different things. So anyway, this is the concept that they've come up with, this auto compounding, which is very, very useful for somebody who doesn't want to have to manually go and to PulseX and take their yield and split the LP and buy it back. And they do it in a very simple transaction. So, okay, so let's open a vault now. We have this 26% profit vault. Let's look at it. It's paying at 268% APY right now. So when you open these vaults, you can kind of see how it lays out. So in this thing pays out in a PETF, which is just a bundled a bundle of tokens are put together within the system. In this case, it's 50% Pulse, 25% Wrapped ETH, and 25% SDI. And so you're still profiting 26% of your each time your profits available to be taken. And so you can go out here and see, here's your ETF and the tokens associated with it. You can take profit when it comes available. And it shows the positions and the balance in the vaults, where the balance is in the yield, and when the harvest happened last, when the next auto harvest is going to happen, and your profits will be, and you can manually harvest as well. And your profits will be associated to it as needed. And so, in order to enter in, this is pretty neat. Is they have a way to like batch everybody's transactions together to save on gas too. So you can zap in and deposit single assets like Pulse, SDI, DAI, USDEX, Wrapped ETH, and Wrapped Pulse in this particular vault. Or you can switch assets and actually, if you already have LP from PulseX already, you can pull that LP and come over here and deposit in the vault, and it'll be here. And it'll auto compound it and do this for you, save you a lot of time. And so in doing so, you can do that because that's the only pair. And the same thing applies. You can take profit in your ETF as you see fit. Okay. And so, well, which each ETFs, how do you profit from that? Because this ETF exists as a unit. Well, in order to get your profit out of ETF, you got to burn it. If you go up here to ETF tab, and you go to the Pulse ETFs, which is what we just looked at from our 26% profit vault that we wanted to looked at, it shows you that there are allocations within the ETF in percentage, and then however many you have in your wallet, then you can burn them. Now, another neat thing they offer is you can burn it into a single asset, like Pulse or SDI or Spark or whatever you want to burn into, or multi-asset, meaning you could take your percentage as allocated as each individual token. If you wanted some Wrapped ETH and some SDI in your wallet as well for profit, you could you're more than welcome to take it that way as well. But for our discussion, we're going to stay with single asset and Pulse, and look at that in a strategy. Now you're wondering, well, why would TETRA need TETRA to manage this if this auto compounds? Well, the thing is, the compounding effect happens within the vault. But once you go to your ETFs and you have your ETFs, you still have to manually burn them to get out into whatever profit token you wish or tokens. So we're going to take a look at how TETRA can manage this and how you can maybe integrate Sparkswap into a larger strategy that encompasses several different other protocols to help boost your overall APY throughout the year. Okay, now let's take a look at how TETRA can manage a strategy utilizing DexFinance and Sparkswap's tools on the blockchain. So, as we saw before, you have different tokens you can put in to the vault to start earning yield. So we have, Pulse, PulseX Inc., and maybe some LP with either of these pairs. You can insert into the vaults. Okay, and let's say we have a vault that's going to have a 50% profit because we're going to see what kind of compounding we can do within the Pulse Chain's ecosystem. So we take our 50% profit from our vaults as it comes out. We go to the ETFs. TETRA can manage this and burn it for you, and receive into a multi-assets or a single token, in this case Pulse, to deposit somewhere else in the blockchain to help boost the overall APY throughout the year. So let's say, for instance, you pick these you have TETRA tokens you can purchase with it. You get 2FUX LP you can deposit in, as well as protocols like P2X, like DeFi tools like this. So each one of these has an APR associated with it, and it will vary throughout the year. And TETRA can manage this because you could split your yield you get from the vault into different one of these based upon their APR, or all of them one and not the other, or depends on what's the best paying protocol at any given time. So if you do this like on a weekly or monthly basis, maybe 1 month you may put more in TETRA than 2FUX, or more in P2X than TETRA, or whatever. So these are just options that will be available TETRA can manage for you. But each protocol has its own yield too. So like TETRA, for instance, will pay out yield in Pulse and stablecoins, whereas 2FUX pays out in FUX tokens and P2X pays out in Pulse. So depending on what you want to get into and how you want to manage your profits, you can move your stuff around accordingly within the system, and then whichever APR is paying more, it can boost your overall APY yield within the DexFinance vaults. Because then you can then take your yield you get and put, say, majority of it back into the vault, thus and boosting its overall APY power by taking auto compounding the other 50%, increasing your overall allocation of these tokens. And if you wish to, you can always take some of it and exit out of the system as well. It's important to note that over time, if you use strategies like this, or even just stay within DexFinance completely, your vault assets will grow. And so your overall APY will grow too, based upon constantly feeding new profits and new revenue streams into your vault. So as you can see, these tools are very powerful, and auto compounding is one of the most powerful economic tools that exist. And so the guys at DexFinance and Sparkswap, they've come up with a pretty neat system to alleviate some of the aggravation of clicking bunches of buttons. And the way their system works with ETF yield stuff allows you to get out in one token or multiple tokens, not only distribute your profits according to your desires across many different protocols in the ecosystem, thus diversifying your overall portfolio and ultimately increasing your values and your positions over time. So I hope this is self-explanatory, but these are just ways that TETRA can manage utilizing these quality tools and services that exist on the blockchain. And if you're still clicking buttons or just only sitting in one spot and just accumulating for the sake of accumulating without having a plan, man, I want to consider looking at these tools that they have to offer. And pretty soon TETRA will be able to manage all this in an automated way, where you just set it and forget it and just enjoy your profits. Well, I hope you learned something from that video and got introduced to DexFinance and Sparkswap's new financial wing. There's more information there from them. They have videos, and AJ has done some AMAs with Lit from My Life is Awesome, so you can find out more and watch those videos and all the white paper and stuff that's listed on the website. So this is just a brief overview, but just a way that TETRA can utilize these basic tools and functions to benefit your blockchain experience. Well, thank you for coming to my channel. If you would, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the section below. In the description, we'll have my contact information. You can reach out to me on Telegram to learn more about TETRA and TETRA innovations. So that's all I have for today, folks. This is Neil for T-Shares signing out. Have a nice day and take care.